6'4". I go to Stanford University.
What we know and don't know so far about this monster right here. Okay? TMC. We already know that TMC has been identified by the FBI on Sunday as the monster. Okay? So let's continue on. We already know his life was taken at the scene by a Secret Service sniper, and investigations continue into his motives, which remain unclear. Here's what we know so far. No indication of any mental health issues. The FBI says that Crooks was not known to the agency prior to the incident, which is a good and bad thing. Let's be real, right? In a call with reporters Sunday night, FBI agent and the FBI special agent in charge, Kevin Rojek, said there was no indication of any medical health issues regarding this monster. Limited social media presence. Okay. This special FBI agent also said authorities have not yet identified any ideology associated with Crooks. The agency is interviewing his family and friends and investigating his phone because they broke into his phone. That's what got hacked. His phone got hacked, just so you guys know. All right. They're investigating his phone and internet history for any evidence as it seeks to understand his motivations. TMC reportedly had a limited social media presence, though a spokesperson for the platform Discord said in a statement shared with Time that the company identified a rarely utilized account that appears to be linked to Crooks, TMC. The spokesperson said that the company is cooperating with law enforcement, but that it, quote unquote, found no evidence the account was used to plan his incident, promote violence, or discuss his political views. Which is very weird, guys. Now, of course, President Biden on Sunday urged people to refrain from making assumptions. Let the FBI, come on, let's the FBI do their job, right? Look, guys, let the FBI do their job. And their partner agencies do their job, he said. Registered Republican, donor to progressives. State public voting records show that TMC was a registered Republican, while Federal Election Commission documents show that a donor with the same name and address gave $15 to Act Blue, the Democratic fundraising apparatus, on January 20th, of 2021, the date of Joe Biden's inauguration. The donation was earmarked, for the Progressive Turnout Project. A spokesperson for this project told CNN that the email address associated with the contribution only made the one contribution and was unsubscribed from our lists 2 years ago. They added, "We unequivocally condemn political violence in all of its forms, and we denounce anyone who chooses violence over peaceful political action." From an affluent Pittsburgh suburb. The FBI identified TMC's his hometown, as Bethel Park, a suburb of Pittsburgh, about an hour south of where the rally was held. So county council member representing the area described the neighborhood where TMC's family lived as pretty firmly middle class, maybe upper middle class. Okay, this is what they said to the New York Times. According to the Census Bureau, Bethel Park's population is 93% white, with a 1.3 times higher per capita income than the rest of Pennsylvania. The address of his family home was in the district that Biden won in 2020, with 52% of the vote to Trump's 46%. So his father is a registered libertarian, and his mother is a registered Democrat, according to voter records. CNN and Times reported. Both parents are licensed professional counselors, according to state records. Seems to have acted alone. And I think this is going to be the part that we all are going to be scratching our head. How did he do this alone? Did he really do this alone? And let's be real. There's still a good possibility. There's still a good possibility that he did do this alone. We still have to leave that on the table, which is frustrating. Because I know a lot of us are like, I don't know. I don't know if this 20-year-old kid will be able to do this all willy-nilly, just chilling by himself. There's just no way. But there is a possible way that he could have done this by himself. I don't have the answer to it, but anything's possible, right? But they say seems to have acted alone. While the investigation to date indicates the monster acted alone, the FBI continues to conduct logical investigative activity to determine if there were any co-conspirators associated with this attack. At this time, there are no current public safety concerns, which, by the way, I still wonder, if he didn't act alone, then there really is a concern for public safety. Just saying. He used an AR-15 style rifle purchased legally by his father. Okay. It was used by his father. All right. It was purchased and used by his father. A rifle enthusiast since he was a teen, according to photos and videos of the scene of the actual tragedy. He was wearing a shirt associated with the Demolition Ranch, a popular gun channel on YouTube. Okay. Matt Carricker, I guess, is the host of the channel, said on X that he will make a public statement soon, but remains in disbelief. And he did put out a post. He's already spoken out for sure. Okay, because he's like, the kid was wearing my shirt when he did this. Crooks had tried out for the high school's junior varsity rifle team when he was a freshman. Okay, but he didn't make the team and never tried out again. Jameson Murphy, another former classmate, told the New York Post that Crooks was such a comically bad shot, he was unable to make the team and left after the first day. Another classmate also told the Post that the rifle team coach had concerns about Crooks based on, quote unquote, some crass jokes that he made and how he interacted with others. Our old coach was a stickler. He trained Navy marksmen, so he knew people. He knew when someone's not the greatest person, the classmate said. Crooks, however, belonged to a local gun club. Okay, it's the Clairton Sportsman Club, which has a 200-yard rifle range among its facilities. The club confirmed Crooks' membership in a statement provided to multiple media outlets that admonished the violence and offered condolences to victims, but said it couldn't offer any more details on as investigations remain ongoing. Left behind, devices that go boom. Now, this is very interesting. Like I said, this is very interesting. Let's not forget, he didn't make the varsity rifle team, so then he went and continued working, I guess, on his shot. He went to a 200-yard rifle range at this sport club, right? At the Clairton Sportsman's Club. Okay? To maybe get better at his shot. So if he went there, around his junior year of high school and continued working on his shot, on his aim and how he did his thing, 3 years later, yeah, he'd be able to do that for sure. He had 3 years to perfect it. Anyone can get good at something, right? If you put in time and focus. Anyway, moving on. He left behind devices that went boom. We already know about this, but they said they searched his home and vehicle to collect additional evidence. Suspicious devices were found and have been rendered safe by bomb technicians. According to the Washington Post, officials said a rudimentary device that goes boom, all right, was found in his vehicle and has since been rendered safe and is being analyzed. The car, of course, was parked near the rally. Of course, they say sources told Fox News that law enforcement found boom boom making material, all right, in Crooks' home. A nursing home aide with an engineering science degree. So he graduated from the Community College of Allegheny County with an associate degree in engineering science just over 2 months ago, a school official confirmed to the New York Times. He worked as a dietary aide at the Bethel Park Skilled Nursing and Rehabilitation Center. We are shocked and saddened to learn of this involvement, or of his involvement. This is what the facility administrator said in a statement to multiple media outlets, adding that Crooks performed his job without concern and his background check was clean. So he was a top-notch employee. He did his job, and when they looked him up, he had no red flags. A colleague at the nursing home described him as caring and apolitical at work to CNN. It's hard seeing everything that's going on online, the colleague said, because he was a really, really good person that did a really bad thing. And I just wish I knew why. And I think we all want to know why. They say, of course, we already know this part of being him being quiet and a loner. All right. That he was constantly being made fun of in school and messed with and all that stuff. But we know about all this. And, and like I said, this is all that we know about this person. This is all that we know now about Thomas Matthew Crooks. He's an enigma. And sometimes an enigma can be the most dangerous thing ever, if you really think about it. He's a mystery. We don't know his full story. We know a little bit. Okay, he would go do target practice. A lot of people do that. But he would go and do target practice. He wasn't good at it. He wasn't great at it. But then he went and he practiced, it looked like. Right? We understand he was a loner. He kept to himself. He was very apolitical, at least at work. It seems like he was very kind, a diligent worker at the nursing home that he was working at. But then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he just decides to do this thing. Why? What actually happened here? Did he have a mental break? What happened here? Did he want to go down in history? Did he want to be that infamous name? I'm just curious. Because it doesn't make sense. Like I said, the way that they talk about him, we heard a little bit from allegedly the teacher that taught him in high school. We heard a little bit of it. You can even hear in his voice how crushed he was, right? He was very concerned. And of course, he was like, this kid was a good kid. He was a good kid. But clearly he wasn't a good kid because he had sinister thoughts. No one else made him. It's not like someone made him go up there, climb that roof and do that thing. There was nobody standing next to him, holding the rifle, making him pull the trigger. He did this himself. This is a kid that has sociopathic tendencies for sure. He may be really nice in person, but behind closed doors, when he's alone, he's got very dark, sinister thoughts. So much that he went and tried to exact some of those dark, sinister thoughts by himself so far. Just because he was a great kid in high school, quiet, kept to himself, let all the jokes and all that roll off his back does not mean that those things didn't start building up in his mind over time. And again, he graduated high school in 2022. It's 2024. A lot can happen in 2 years. A lot.
Pascal, you are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild.